Some of the biggest frauds in UK history have never come to light, as high street banks have managed to keep them hidden. These incidents are often attributed to technical faults, which clever criminals have exploited to their advantage. In this piece, we uncover an untold story of crime. Halifax, Sainsbury's, and Lloyds Bank provide Visa and MasterCard credit cards. It appears that the credit limit offered was excessively high, with initial limits ranging from approximately £5,000 to £8,000. When credit card statements are issued, it is observed that some individuals settle their balances in full, while others opt to make only the minimum payment. However, a certain group of individuals has discovered that if a check is submitted as a form of payment, the corresponding amount is credited back to the credit card account prior to the check being processed for encashment. In the event that a check is returned due to insufficient funds, the accounts department will deduct the corresponding amount from the account after a period of 3 to 4 days and subsequently request payment from the customer. This particular group has exhausted its entire credit limit, which amounts to £8,000. Consequently, when the due date arrives, they submit a check for the same sum of £8,000. Upon the arrival of the check, the bank promptly credits the specified amount, resulting in a total of £8,000 available for expenditure. However, these individuals, engaged in fraudulent activities, typically have only 2 to 3 days to utilize these funds. They often proceed to cash the amount, and even more concerning is the fact that they dispatched an additional check for £16,000 just 2 days later. When the initial check is returned due to insufficient funds, the credit card account will reflect an overdraft of £16,000, along with an unauthorized expenditure of £8,000. Subsequently, a check for £16,000 has been received. Bank's accounts department will process this check in the same manner, crediting £16,000 to the account. As a result, an additional £8,000 will become available on the spot. Also, you can only do this 2 or 3 times. Then the account department will put a block on this card. These individuals will cash in the sum of £8,000 and will not repay this amount to the credit card company. You might question how this is possible. After all, would they jeopardize their credit score for merely £16,000? The answer is no, as there are additional factors at play. Several years ago in the United Kingdom, individuals had the option to request an electoral register form from their local council. Upon making this request, the council would post the form to the individual. Once the form was received, the individual could add a fake name and return the completed form. After a period of 3 months, the newly added fake name would begin to appear on the electoral register, making it official. For an example, when someone attempts to open a bank account online, the banking system first verifies the information against the electoral register. If your name appears on the electoral register, system will show 8 points, which serves as a green signal for opening a bank account. There is minimal requirement for additional photo identification. Criminals typically begin by establishing a bank account, subsequently applying for a credit card exclusively from a selected financial institution. Once they have secured a high credit limit, they strategically wait for a bank holiday to implement their scheme. This is because of the postal delay. We'll help them a lot. My best friend operates a retail business. These criminals frequently approach him to cash out their available credit limit. However, he consistently declines their requests. In their attempts to persuade him, they elaborate on the methods they employed to obtain such a large credit limit, assuring him of its safety. He consistently refused to accept this criminal's offers, fearing the potential loss of his credit card machine. This information circulated rapidly within certain communities in the UK, leading to an increasing number of young individuals engaging in this fraudulent activity. Meanwhile, the bank faced challenges in comprehending how certain individuals had exceeded their credit limits. In response, they initiated an internal investigation, which revealed a loophole involving checks. Although they managed to close this loophole, it appeared that they could not make complaint to police due to their own technical oversight. UK high street banks generate billions of pounds in revenue, rendering the reported £1 million losses insignificant in comparison. The orchestrators of these schemes evade accountability. In our upcoming investigation, we will expose how criminals have illegally obtained £150,000 through bounce-back loans and subsequently fled to Canada. Currently, it is we who bear the burden of elevated interest rates, which are implemented to compensate for the losses incurred by the Bank of England. If you like this video, please share it, and remember to subscribe to our new channel to support us.